Greetings, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the B broadcast, brought to you by the B Broadcasting Commission and sponsored by the Yorkastle High School Students Council. We are up for an exciting evening, as I say. Welcome to the Sixth Form Association 2022 presidential debate. With us here, we have three front runners. The key to successful leadership is the influence, not authority, says Miss Kia Murray Brown. Miss Candice here promises growth and improvements, and Mr. Kishan Ward declares he's for the people contesting for the office of the president. We have quite a long night ahead of us with different sections. When we return, we'll hear the opening remarks, then we'll go straight into our questioning and answering segment, where the candidates rather can question each other, which promises to be exciting. And we'll close off this evening with the closing remarks. It's also be a debate, so don't go anywhere. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I am your moderator, Brianna Edwards. Welcome back to the Sixth Form Association Presidential Debate 2022. We do not own the rights to the instrumental used earlier. All credits go to TVJ Holangers. This evening, we kick off a race against empowerment, change, and new visions, a race against uniqueness and originality. This is what we call the presidential debates. Good evening, candidates. Good evening, Kia Moray. Let's start with you. How are you doing?
Good evening, everyone. I am doing fine.
Very well. Candice, greetings.
Good evening, everyone. I am also doing fine.
Very well. Mr. Ward, greetings.
Hello. Good evening to everyone. I am also doing fine.
Thank you. No candidates. Earlier this evening, we had an independent coin toss, and after the coin toss, we decided to begin with Candice Hare. So, Ms. Hare, your opening remarks, please.
So good evening again, everyone. For those who don't know, I am Candice here, and I'm vying for the position of president of the Sixth Form Association. I am a persevering, driven, and calm individual who will stop at nothing to improve and grow the Sixth Form program.
Thank you, Candice. Ms. Brown, over to you.
Okay, so good evening again, everyone. My name is Kia Marie Brown. I am very determined, passionate, and very open-minded. I want to become the president of the Sixth Form Association, and my aims are of good intentions, so hopefully I will be elected. Thank you.
Thank you, Kia Marie. And Mr. Kishan, over to you.
All right. So what makes a good leader? You're going to need calmness. You're going to need to be confident. You're going to have to be smart. All of these qualities I possess. Good evening to everyone. My name is Kishan Ward, and I am vying for the coveted role of Yorkastle Sixth Form Association president. What I bring to the table is a sense of relatability. I bring a sense of experience, as I am from grade 7 and I know the school from inside out. So I know the culture. I understand what it takes to be a leader of the school, and understand that it needs determination, it needs dedication, and it needs someone who knows how to run the Sixth Form Association. And I, Kishan Ward, am the person for the job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ward, and thank you, candidates. They sound like politicians, don't they? Right. And right now we're going to head into the questioning and answering segment. In this segment, each candidate will be given a question and they will be given 90 seconds to respond. And the opposing candidate, if is necessary by the journalist, will be given 45 seconds to rebut. And if the candidate doesn't want to rebut, the candidate will say no rebuttal. After that, we'll break and get into the heat of the chance where you candidates will get the question each other. Now, Candice, we begin with you. What do you bring to the table that your opponent doesn't?
Okay, thank you for the question. I am aware that I am new here, and so it would be a disadvantage. However, it can also be an advantage as I'm able to bring new ideas and improvements to the program. I am also able to give a new perspective. Sometimes it's being at York Castle for all the academic years, you're not cognizant to the certain improvements that can be made. And so sometimes you need a fresh face and a fresh voice. And I think I could be that fresh face and voice that you need. And also, I am a calm individual. You can't be running as president and you're arrogant and rugged. That's not allowed. And so I believe that I can work with the people and I'm caring and I will be the voice for those who are voiceless.
Thank you, Candice. And the same question is addressed to you, Kiamori Brown.
Thank you for the question. I am also new to this school, so I'm sure many of you are kind of iffy. But as my slogan says, new vision, new direction, I can be a person that comes with new ideas, new implements to come, and also with my personality being a person who likes to hear both sides of the story and defend and to be there, very caring and also very reliable. I am sure that being president or choosing me as president will be a very good decision for everyone.
Thank you, Kiamori. And Mr. Ward, the same question is addressed to you, sir.
All right. So unlike the other candidates, I have been here from the beginning of the tenure that I should have been here. I've been here from 2016. And I do not agree with the assumption that I cannot bring new ideas because I am from this school. I believe going through the school teaches you things that can be used to develop the school. And I can also bring charisma, I can bring confidence, I can bring a swagger to the role. And I can also be quite I can also be quite persistent with matters. So I believe that is why I stand out from everyone else. Thank you.
Very well, very well. Thank you, candidates. Candice, the change we need, the voice we deserve. Miss Here, don't you think you're a bit too hot to be tooting your own horn?
Not at all, not at all. I'm confident. I'm the change we need and I'm the voice we deserve.
All right, very well, Miss Here. Kia Marie, new vision, new direction, the same slogan as Junior Vice President candidate Shanice Davidson, as well as Senior Vice President candidate Odera Valentine. Is it that you would have joined forces with Ms. Davidson or Mr. Valentine to present similar ideas to the school populace?
Whereas I believe all three of us have new visions and new directions, seeing that we are all intelligent and creative, that was not the case. So I guess great minds think alike.
So, Miss Brown, is it that you are denying the fact that this is not a ticket information?
Um, I would say we are not together we are to work together, all of us, but we did not come to that decision to have the same slogan. So, no.
All right, thank you, Miss Brown. Kishan, your slogan says, have a voice and make the right choice. What skills do you possess that will assure your kids that they're making the right choice when voting for you?
I have a way of charisma. I have a way of I have people skills and social skills. I know how to talk to people and I know how to conversate with people. So in a way, like say like we need to get things done, actions need to be taken. For me now, it would not be a difficult situation for me to conversate with other people, especially like teachers, higher ups as well. So I believe that with conversating, I'm the person for the job.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ward. And also, you mentioned in your manifesto that you are a fully fledged Yorkist from grade 7. Are you then implying that the school populace should not vote for other candidates who have not been a student at the institution since grade 7?
Um, that's not my intentions to say. What I did say is that I was from here from grade 7. We welcome all students, but I believe that people would tend to trust people they've been more like the familiarity type of scenario because like more people have seen me, they've known me for years, and I think they've garnered a sense of trust with me. Whereas the other candidates, they're sort of new to the system, and we welcome that. But I don't think they've garnered the trust of the populace.
Fair enough, Mr. Ward. Candice, I know you must have heard the phrase, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And while it is important for new students to be accepted fully by the Yurkis family, kind of similar to what Mr. Ward mentioned a few minutes ago, is it that you're trying to impose the traditions of other institutions on our sixth formers?
Well, on my manifesto, I had a plan infusion, and that is not the case at all. My plan infusion was to develop a cultural committee, which will allow students from other schools like myself to basically to the culture of, willingly contribute to the, willingly contribute their traditions and customs to the sixth form program. And it's not my intention at all to make a St. Hilda's or a Ferncourt or a Westwood of York Castle because York Castle is already great. I just um I just impose that we consider students from other schools and also to make them feel welcome and comfortable here. We to make them feel welcome and comfortable. I just wanted to add to the greatness of York Castle. And um, York Castle is the sixth form program, to be exact, is a melting pot. And so we have students from various different schools, and I feel they should be welcomed.
Well, Candice, are you then saying that students who are not originally from your castle are not being accepted by the resident Yorkist family?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all, because I have been here for a couple months now and I am comfortable. However, some people are hard to adjust to certain spaces, and it's just a way of me giving them comfort.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hare. Kia Marie. A manifesto is a public declaration of policy and aims, especially one issued before an election by a candidate. But looking at the document that you would have submitted, would you really consider that a manifesto, Ms. Brown? What really are your plans if you're elected for president of the SFA?
I would consider my documents a manifesto because on my document I stated many different ways in which I would contribute to the sixth form association. Um, Also, in my speech, I would have mentioned ways in which I plan to improve the school, seeing that many of us here are from different places, and the fact that a lot of the school's population might not know me, I did state my aims for the school. So, yes.
Miss Brown, I have your manifesto looking at it right now in front of me, and I am not seeing any aim exactly. So if maybe you could point it out for me, maybe I need to put on my glasses, but please elaborate some more on the aims that you have for the SFA if you are elected president.
Okay, firstly, um, as a confident person and as a person who says I am coming with new visions and new direction, I believe that I could contribute by allowing the students to form groups. You have internship programs, a lot of different, what should I say, a lot of different programs that we could use to allow everyone to come together and work as one, and also to allow us to improve academically and mentally, because this online thing, you might not feel as if you are going through something, but being online for a while, it can take a toll on you. So I believe that coming out, stepping out, coming together is also a part of my aim. I have a lot of plans for the sixth form association, for the school population, and hopefully, if elected president, I can go through with my plans that I have.
But Ms. Brown, we don't want to leave here and the sixth formers are still unaware of your plans, really. You mentioned something about emotional support for students who are struggling, with the online platform. And I believe that that's an issue that the Students' Council has tackled. So what difference are you coming with to the SFA?
Honestly, seeing you said the schools council has tackled that. I wouldn't say that most of it is handled. Not saying that they're not doing a good job, but most students, if they are like myself, sometimes they can tend to be shy, and even when going through stuff, they don't speak up. So I believe that if I can step out of my shell and run for president and try to be more outside and think outside of the box, I know the background of having anxiety, feeling down sometimes, feeling under the weather. So I believe that I can assist and I can know when someone says they're okay, but they're truly not. And I can add more help to that.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. I have another question addressed to you, but I'm going to head on over to Kishan first. And in the meanwhile, we're just asking you to show your profile. Thank you. Mr. Ward, rumors have it that you are disconnected with the cooler kids, given your strong association to only students who are academically brilliant. How do you dismiss these rumors and commit to reaching each Yorkist?
Um, I wouldn't say that because how I debunk that is simple. I through extracurricular activities, of course, because I get to meet a lot of people. A lot of people many consider to be cool. A lot of people many consider to be popular. I do table tennis. I'm in the choir. I do math. and I do chess, and I get to meet several people who who say that they're not, who say they're cool, they're popular, and I'm friends with most of them as well. A lot of people know me. A lot of people are nice with me. They understand what I'm about, and I understand what they're about, and we just live good. So I wouldn't say that I'm disconnected. I say I'm very much affiliated with everyone.
Very well, thank you, Mr. Ward. And Candice, a lengthy action plan you presented. What's your first plan to action?
Okay, so my first plan to action would be the plan infusion because I find this very important. As I said, the comfort of students coming from a different background and school is very important to me because I am one of those students and I feel um, there is a segregation in terms of being a full Yorkist and just coming into the school. And so I would love to, stop this segregation and just unite. And I think that is a perfect way to get students acquainted because we're all better together.
Thank you, Candice and Kia Murray. Male dominance has been the climate at YC for many years. However, female leadership has been dominating the SFA scene for many years, but that's really where it stops. What's the Kia Murray solution to female empowerment?
For me, female empowerment is a big step. Um, I don't think females are, what should I say now? I don't want to be biased, but females being in charge or being in power for me is a good thing, seeing that females are more emotionally understanding. Males are good, but I feel like if everyone is going to get a chance and everyone's feelings are going to be considered, females are the better way to go.
Thank you, Miss Brown. And Candice, what inspired you to step into public life? For sure, nobody knew Candice until these elections.
Okay, so I'm new to leadership. I am a very nervous person. However, I'm willing to work with the students of the sixth form and improve and growth, improve and grow with each person. And also my motivation are my peers and family. They're my biggest motivators and self-motivated. I'm very self-motivated. So if I do good, I strive to do even better. And you have to be a biggest fan. And it's always good to try new experiences.
Thank you, Candice. And Miss Brown, what do you have to say about critics who say that this is all about a position for you?
Um, to them, I would say that is definitely not true because for me, this is a big step, seeing that I am also new to leadership and am trying to not only become a better person, but also step outside and try new things. Um, I think that if it were just for the position, this would make no sense whatsoever because my personality would not allow me to be here just for that purpose.
Thank you, Kia Marie. Mr. Ward, you are a resident Yorkist, but you're not a resident leader. How do you convince experienced leaders like the head boy and the members of the Students' Council that you have what it takes to lead a group that they are a part of?
Understood. Yes, I am new to leadership. I'm new to a leadership position, but I take leadership like in classes, like in different areas. I go in most clubs. I take like like a veteran role in most clubs. So I believe that I do have what it takes. I do have the required leadership skills to lead um like certain groups if necessary. Um, and also I believe I can also prove them through academic stuff as seen throughout the years that as you can clearly see that I do have the mental, I do have the intellectual ability, and I also do have the leadership skills to one day, if necessary, run or lead a certain group.
Thank you, Mr. Ward and Candice. Your question. You promise financial stability, yes, in your manifesto was just confirming. So how do you plan to effectively raise and manage funds amid what others have called a fourth disastrous wave of the COVID-19 pandemic?
Okay, good question. So on my manifesto, I implemented improvement of financial stability because, as you know, financial stability is vital to any institution or organization. Um, in terms of COVID, there's nothing we can do about COVID, honestly. We have to work with it. And so I'm going to make use of the online platforms that we have. We have Zoom, we have Google Meet. The information can still be brought forth, and also people can donate online. There's a lot of things in terms of raising money, fundraiser activities, and when the money is earned, it is good to have a budget. It is good to know. Hence why I wrote in my manifesto budgeting skills. So it is good to know how to budget the money in terms of in knowing how to wisely spend and also to save.
Thank you, Candice. And Kia Murray, Nathaniel Watson, current Students' Council PRO, Athena Rowe, former Council Financial Director. Do you think the SFA should allow for a recycling of leadership, or should it promote not having persons overlapping so that they can have more spaces for those people who would like to give leadership a try?
I definitely think that the space should be there for new leadership because everyone deserves a chance at new experiences and a chance to grow as a person and to gain new skills.
Thank you. And Mr. Ward, you talk about hairstyle issues. Are you planning to lead a revolt against the administration?
No, not a revolt. Just like to have like not meeting, yes, like a conversation with them because I believe that these protocols are a bit too strict. I'm not saying that we should just let needs be and just make it grow so high and that there should be boundaries. But I believe that there should be a there should be a chance for people to express themselves of both genders of all ethnicities, no matter what. There should be a bit of rules. And yes, we should I get in position, we should have some meetings with people in that.
But Mr. Ward, weren't you a prefect before?
I am a prefect. I am a part of the prefecture.
So isn't that hypocritical to now be rising up against this very same system that you help to enforce?
No, because what people see as hypocritical, I see as a chance for change and a chance for student empowerment as seen in the manifesto. I am not saying that we should revolt against teachers for everything and all of that. I'm just saying that students should be able to express themselves. Students should be able to feel a bit of freedom, and it would help all students from everywhere, no matter where you come from. You should be able to express yourself in a positive way.
What are your views on the council? Should it be improved, or is it good as it is today?
Okay, thank you for that Okay, so the council, there's always room for improvement, and so um, it can be improved a bit, but it is good where it is, but it could be improved a bit. Yeah.
Let me correct myself though, Miss. Here it's council sixth form relations.
I understand that, which is why I have my regular meetings, which would be held to basically. All right. So in terms of um thinking outside the box and not doing something as simple and mediocre as probably a suggestion box, I thought it would be a better idea to do weekly meetings. This way, the concerns and issues of the students of sixth form are reached and will be addressed in a timely manner and is not susceptible to misinterpretations because I've seen a lot of suggestion box in my days and most of them fail or if not fail they're not as effective and so I feel the meetings would be more effective.
Thank you, Kia Marie. Mr. Ward, you are the only wolf in the pack surrounded by females. Are you not intimidated by the fiery female tactics, or would you be embarrassed if you lost to women?
Um, Gender shouldn't really matter, should it? It shouldn't really matter. It should be like a battle of strategy, political strategy, and it should not be determined by gender. So I don't believe that there is any shame in losing because yeah, we're all people, we're all human beings, we're all the same type of person, we're all individuals. So there's no shame, and there should be no difference as well.
Fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Ward and Candice. We hear Junior VP nominee Shanice Davidson making plans to acquire funds to assist the grade 13 building. Quite a bold, but not coming from a presidential candidate. Why haven't you come up with that idea?
It is a good idea. It is, I won't lie. However, how how will she fund these how will she fund it? And we are already have a financial situation at sixth form. And so we're looking to save more. And though that will be a good improvement, I I don't think I don't think I don't think with COVID here now, I think we should save more instead of doing unnecessary things.
Well, Miss Here, she did mention that she would seek sponsorship from organizations. So how then would you try to, implement ways in which they how then would you try to, support her if she's elected as junior vice president in this project?
Okay, as you said, she would seek sponsors. Well, if this is true, because we don't have any proof, it's just word of mouth. If this is true, I would definitely support her in every way, because I think it's a good idea. But I was just saying that you need to bear in mind that it's COVID time and we need to save more.
So, Miss Here, don't you see the need for the grade 13 building to be renovated?
Yes, it needs to be renovated, of course, but we're mostly on an online platform, if I am being honest. And so it's not something that we need to rush into right now.
But times have changed, Miss Here. We're going back into the physical space Monday coming. So how do you think this will benefit the sixth formers, the sixth form populace coming Monday onwards?
It will definitely benefit them. Students who were unable to join us on our platforms as we have our classes daily could come back to school and it's a better learning experience and so um this is I think this is yes it's a better learning experience.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, Miss Here. And Mr. Ward, or Miss Brown rather, do you also think or believe that the renovation of the sixth form building is also unnecessary?
I wouldn't say it is unnecessary. I mean, renovation is good because why are we going to have our students in a place to learn that's not in good condition? But I believe, and I go along with Miss here, that certain things we don't necessarily have to rush right into. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be done, but it's not the main focus at the moment.
Thank you. And Mr. Ward, the same question is addressed to you, sir.
Um, I believe that renovations are a very good idea, and I think that that it should happen. Once again, I will also agree with them. There should be no rush. There shouldn't be the haste. There's like making classrooms, like like we have going into Monday morning. We're going to have the like in the auditorium. We're gonna have like the different classes boarded off by the donations of a parent. I believe that we should be prioritizing building the classrooms for the students so that more sixth form students can be accommodated for the future. Renovations are a good idea, but we should not haste.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ward. And uh, Candice, you mentioned executive reform. Who will be in charge of these reviews?
Of course, me along with some other members of the executive board will be in charge of these. As I said, it was to ensure that everybody's doing their job, and it will ensure a better and more efficient running of the six farm operations.
Thank you, Candice. Kimmery, if there's another lockdown, what's your what's your COVID president action plan looking like?
If there is another lockdown, my president action will include more. Okay, so for classes online, I would say that more time to get things done. When I say this, I mean like for subjects, time is against everyone when it's COVID, and the work might be piling up and stressing. I think that we should come together and form a way, like you could include weeks, or like at the end of every week for a class, or for each class an hour out of it is there to correspond with the teacher about the assignments and the questions about, like, now we have IAs and stuff like that. We could do that so that everything doesn't have to come down on us as students, and we don't feel too much stress.
Okay, thank you, Miss Brown. I would like that same question to be addressed to Mr. Ward as well, and then we're going to come back to you, Candice.
What is the question exactly?
If there's another lockdown, what's your COVID president action plan looking like?
Right. So what I would say to the people, I would start to say that people should start to self-isolate once again. Like, if like, I also believe that we're not forcing once again. We believe that people should go and get themselves vaccinated. get themselves boosted, get themselves so feeling more confident just in case there's another lockdown, get the necessary items, the prerequisites, and also just stay safe out there because you never know. You're always gonna have another lockdown if another lockdown happens, and there's always room for more, and you can never be too safe out there. So yeah, the main goal is staying safe. That's the main objective.
Thank you, thank you. Candice, your response, please.
Okay, thank you for that question. So, I would try to make use of the platforms, the different platforms that we have, Zoom, Google Meet, and to facilitate my meetings, which initially um, will initially allow for the improvements and the concerns of students to be solved.
All right, Candice, and we're staying with you. Odera Valentine, Athena Rowe, Samantha Blake. Who is your pick for senior vice president?
Okay, because I am fairly new here and I have no idea what any one of those individuals are like, I will continue to watch and see exactly because their pick should be based off attributes and qualifications. And I'm willing to work with anyone. And so, as long as you're qualified for the job, I will work with you.
All right, fair enough. Kiamore, who was your vote?
I do not, I'm not familiar with any of those students, but I'm pretty sure that all of them are good enough for the job. And even, I'm sure they're even better people for the job. So anyone that gets elected is the person for me.
Kishan, sir, your response, please.
That is quite the question. That is quite the question. I think I'm going to go with that. I am joking. I am not going to be stating any of that. I don't have a winner. I would like to see how that pans out. They're all qualified and I know them all and I respect all of them and I wish all of them good luck. But I will not be getting into that.
Fair enough, fair enough. Let me head right on to the junior VPs. Nathania Watson, Shanice Davidson. Who is your pick, Candice?
Once again, I'm familiar with Shanice Davidson, and I know she's qualified for the job. However, I don't know the other individuals, so I don't think it's my position to speak on that. But as I said, I'm willing to work with anybody as long as you are right for the job.
All right, Kia Marie.
I'm pretty familiar with Shanice, but I have no idea what Natania is about. I'm pretty sure she's very good too, so I would like to see how that one plays out. So I don't have any comment there.
Is it though, Miss Brown, that you're alluding that you might vote Shanice Davidson?
Maybe, maybe I might.
All right, fair enough, Kishan.
Um, so I'm not really familiar with Shanice Davidson. I'm sure that she's very qualified for the job. I know that Natanya has been on the board. I am classmates with her. I know her very well. I know her attributes, I know her qualities, I know what she brings to the table. And I know also that she's qualified. But once again, I will not say anything. I say nobody right now. I see how that plays out. I see how it pans out. I know one more than the other, but I'm not saying anymore.
All right, candidates, thank you. And my first question, I would have mentioned all the presidential candidates, but your opponent, Amanda Slew, has rejected to debate on this evening's presidential debate. What are your thoughts on that? I'll begin with you, Candice.
Okay, so I came here today to address that because that is a serious issue. Why is Amanda Sue not here? The debate is about design. It's basically about getting the students familiar with their leaders, and the leaders are supposed to be here for them, and she's not here. And how is it that she wants to be a leader and she's not meeting her people halfway? How is it that? And also, she, I don't know how she expects to get votes if she's not here for the people. Is it that she's too big? Is it that she's too hype? Does she think she have it in the bag already? I'm not sure, but but um, it would be an um. All I know is that on the 11th of January, it would be an embarrassment to vote for Amanda Slew and the Slew crew if she doesn't even show up tonight to vote for you.
Thank you, Candice. The debate is getting heated. Can I hear your response, Kishan?
That is quite the response. And I will have to agree with it. I think this is a massive disappointment. I think that as part of the old guard, she should know better. She should know that a debate is one of the most integral parts of these type of elections. They're parts to get to know the type of character, the type of person that you are. And the type of character that I'm getting from her is cowardice, that she's probably not up for the job, that she's probably not ready for that position yet. I understand that she is a part of the SFA, once again, as an old guard, but I don't think that she's ready to take that certain step. Whereas I'm here, I'm ready to answer all questions and I'm ready to debate with all persons. So the fact that she's not here, I was looking forward to her hearing what she has to say because I know that I know that you would have been very excited, but now that she's not here, I find that as quite a disappointment and an embarrassment. And once again, on January 11th, you do not want to be voting for someone who is not even ready to show up for their own debates.
Fairly said. Thank you, Mr. Ward. Kia Marie, your response, please.
On this one, I agree with Kijan and Candice. It's very disappointing because I was looking forward to seeing everyone tonight. And I mean, why would you vote for someone who cannot make it to the debate? So I'm just hoping that the students are seeing this and are taking notes so that on January 11 they know the right thing to do.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. New vision, new direction, the change we need, the voice we deserve. Have a voice and make a right choice. The 2022 presidential debates for the SFA elections. When we come back, we'll be having the questioning and answering segment where candidates will be given the opportunity to ask each other questions. Indeed, this is a debate. We'll be right back.
Come to sound the trumpet. Are you
driven, self-motivated, patient, and calm? These are some of the attributes needed to become a good president. Good day, fellow Yorkies. I am Candice here, and I'm vying for the position of president for the SFA. I am the change you need, and I'm the voice you deserve. On January 11th, vote Candice here for president.
A race against uniqueness and originality. We're this evening with Kiama Ray Brown, Candice Hare, and Kishan Ward, vying for the top post front runners in this presidential election 2022 that will be concluded on Tuesday, January 11th. 2022. And the students will have the final say to help you candidates clarify your position. Welcome back to the B broadcast, brought to you by the B Broadcasting Commission, sponsored by the Yorkasa High School's Students' Council. It's the 2022 presidential SFA debates, and in this segment now, candidates will be given the chance to question each other. But just before they do that, candidates will be given the opportunity to critique their opponent's manifesto, including the manifesto of the absent candidate. And I'll begin with you, Candice.
Okay, who should I begin with, or is that decision up to me?
Well, we can do it in the order, Kia Marie, Mr. Ward, and then Sue.
Okay, so in terms of Kia Marie's manifesto, honestly, I don't see much of a manifesto there. I saw where she mentioned encouraging people. However, I can encourage people as well. Anybody can encourage people. You can encourage people. And so, furthermore, how does she plan to encourage people when she can't even encourage us to vote for her? That's my critique on her whole manifesto. Going to Mr. Ward, on his manifesto, he mentioned the leniency of hairstyles. And my question, what I'd say to this is that January sixth form doesn't have the time to fight, right? We are focused on CAPE, right? There's no time to fight and to quarrel about hairstyles. And furthermore, are you trying to imply that the regulations are not good enough? Are you trying to go against the rules of the school? Yes. So I think the leniency of hairstyle is not a bad idea, because that is a good topic to discuss and to try to work on. However, right now it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. We have bigger fish to fry, more things to be done. He could, instead of trying to do it right now, I think he should leave that to some other committee. We have committees in place for that already, so I think that should be left. The absentee, the one who could not turn up, the one who could not represent her people. In the first part of her manifesto, she mentioned that she wants to have a toolkit, I think. Is it not? A toolkit. And in relation to the creation of sixth form, the association toolkit, which promises a constitution, it seems more to me that Amanda is trying to fit her National Student Council lifestyle and her National Youth Parliament of Jamaica's lifestyle into the group that were never, the group was never designed to operate such a rigid program. It's because she's unable to join with us. Is it because she's tired of just handout positions? Also, her lunch program. Oh, before I touch on that, there's only 2 years in sixth form. We have no time to be in a formal setting and to be dressed up in jackets and suits. Instead, I think the students want a more casual approach. So sit around a round table and to, wear them shorts and drink 2 Smirnoff and chill with their leaders, if you get what I'm saying. So I really don't see the constituency working for this year. Also, the lunch program. She mentioned a lunch program. I love the idea of a lunch program. However, I hate when people make false promises. Like, where are the guidance approval? Where are the budgets? Um, um, Instead, I feel she should leave this to brother and sister programs, which will adopt students and help the needy. Thank you.
Very well, very well. Thank you, Candice. And Kia Marie, we're going to do the same in the same order. So it'd be Candice, then Kishan, and then Slow.
Okay, for Candice and okay, let me just go. For Candice, I believe that she has very good ideas. Some of them seem as if they are long-term ideas, though, in the sense that she has the ideas now, but I am not pretty sure if they can be accomplished as quickly as she's putting out there to seem. For Kijan, I think he also has good ideas and good plans. My issue is with the here as well, because whereas it is a very, very good topic and it needs to be looked into, but as Candy said, as six formers right now, I don't think that should be the focus. For Amanda, that's yes, for Slua, I think her name is Amanda. Um, I think that she is hanging her baskets too high because I mean, yes, you're going to give the students, you're going to give them the pretty things, to the appealing, the eye appealing things, the things that they are listening to that sounds good, and it's not as realistic as you're making it, because I don't think that she plans to fulfill, seeing that she couldn't even be here for the debate. So how is she going to accomplish all of those and she can't even attend the debate?
Kia Marie, did you mention Kishan?
Yes, I did. I spoke about the hair. I said that it's a good topic, but for what Candy said also, I'm adding to it about Kijan that it's not really the main focus right now for the hair, although it's good to look into, but not right now.
Fair enough. Thank you, Kia Marie. Kishan, over to you, please.
Right. So do I do I address the criticisms dished out on the first, or do I apply criticisms to the other candidates manifestos before I address the problems online? So I hear what you guys said about mine, but what I've heard is that you don't really have a problem with my manifesto. You all you say is that it's not on that you don't think it's necessary. It's not what we're focusing on right now. If you look to the rest of what I said in my manifesto, you only focused on the leniency. You would have seen where I said academic advisors, which are in place for university, which is a priority, which we should be focusing on our future, like university, as I said, forward focus. So really, and as for leniency, as I said, the protocols are a bit too strict. Yes, you're right. They are a bit too strict. I'm not going against school rules. I'm just saying that the protocols are a bit too strict and there should be a chance for people to better express themselves. So basically, what I'm hearing right now is that you don't really have a problem with my answer. To critique everyone else's own, I will start with Madam Candice. You are saying that you want to do a plan fusion, where you bring in other cultures towards the school because you feel that there's a bit of segregation. Are you saying that us Yorkcast students are not bringing Hilda students, Ferncourt students, or other students from other school? Are you saying that we're not making them feel welcome? Do we make them feel uncomfortable? Do you do you feel that the culture at Yorkcastle isn't good and you feel that there should be a total reform? Um, And also, you say that there should be a improvement in financial stability. You say they can donate online. Um, do you think that you are going to get enough donations? Are you going to get a lot of donations, the events that you say enough so you can start? Say, do you think you're going to get enough donations? As for Miss Squaremore, I could just go straight to Miss Lou because you don't really have a manifesto. You don't have any aims. You do not have any protocol that anything that you want to say. You just state about yourself, which is nice, and I appreciate that. But you don't have any aims, so therefore you don't have a manifesto. So to Miss Lou now, I don't really have to say anything. In 4 months, most of what she has there cannot be solved. The toolkit now, once again, I will have to agree with Miss Candice. She's bringing her national student council ways to her, and it shows because once again with Miss Year, because Miss Year had really good points about her just getting positions open-handedly, which is true. Most positions that she had, she just ran for it, and just got it because no one was there to contest. They were just there for her for the take it. So basically, most of what Miss Lou has on there cannot be achieved the 4 in 4 months. I don't think that's possible. And as for the lunch program, I don't know. Unless you're Mother Teresa herself, that is not going to be achieved in 4 months. That is not going to happen. So I don't think what she has there is attainable. If she gave herself a much more, if she gave herself a bigger timeline, I could see it happening, but 4 months will just not happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ward, and thank you. Candidates will now begin the questioning and answer segment. Each candidate will be given 2 minutes, 2 minutes to respond, 1 minute to rebut, and cross rebuttals. Cross rebuttals are allowed. Uh, Also, you can, address your question to the absent candidate, but as you know, you will not be getting a response at the moment. So Candice, we'll begin with you.
Okay, thank you. So, geared toward Miss Amanda Slew, my question once again is, where is Amanda Slew? Where is Amanda Slew? The debate is for students to get acquainted with their leaders, and she's absent. Um, she not turning up tonight is a vote of no confidence in the people that she expects to put confidence in her. Um, Personally, I just think that's not professional, and she, I, I don't even. We'll move on. We'll move on. Okay, so my question for Kia is, where is your manifesto? Where is your manifesto? Honestly, that was just uh, something to get to know you. And we really don't see where you have anything in place, anything prepared, or anything new to bring to sixth form. Encouraging people is not anything new. So my question is, what are your real goals, and what do you plan to do for sixth form?
Okay, Kiamore, your minute starts now.
Okay, thank you for the question, Candice. Yes, I am aware that my manifesto is not as informative as you guys own, but if you took the time out to listen to my speech, you would have heard my plans and my aims for the Sixth Form Association, Miss Candice.
Any
Um,
cross rebuttals,
I
Miss?
do have a
Okay.
cross rebuttal. That is not what the speech is for. That's what your manifesto is for. So basically, you failed the first part. You did not put it in your manifesto. So therefore, it's not valid unless it's on the manifesto. So basically, it's not valid.
Am I allowed to answer, Kijan?
Go ahead, Kiamore.
Okay, Kijan, I am very appreciative for that information. Seeing that I am new to this, And most of these things I am doing by myself. So thank you for that. And I will take it into consideration. My speech does not only consist of my aims or whatever, but it consists of a little bit of everything. So that's why I said if you guys listen to it, you would hear. Okay, that is my answer.
Thank you, Kia Marie. Candice, any cross rebuttal?
Okay. As I agree with Kijan, I guess we'll have to see what she has to offer if somehow she manages to take the place of president.
Very
My
well, please go ahead.
my question for Kijan now. How do you plan to implement the leniency of hairstyle in such a short period? And is it that you think, yes, that's my question.
Your minute starts now, Mr. Ward.
As you said, it's not main priority, but I believe it is. But the way how it's going to be done is just a short time. We can have meetings. Like we're not going to be pestering people. We're just going to have frequent, consistent meetings where we talk about what should be less strict, what should be okay where it is, and just make students express themselves because they're going into an examination time. Yeah, what I do frequent meetings with the board or the people who put these protocols in place and just have them just understand that yes, there should be conformity. Because in the workplace there are conformities with hairstyles, but also in the workplace and in university there are leniencies. And if you want to get us better at that for university, which is a top priority university, yeah, we should get to adapt for get adapt to university lifestyles. So yeah, leniency in here is important, and yeah, in order to get it done and in place, yeah, we have frequent meetings with the people who have these protocols and get less tight restrictions. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. Candice, do you wish to cross rebut?
No. However, I have a next question. In terms of you appointing academic supervisors, um, don't you think the guidance department already does that in terms of helping students? Don't they already give opportunity to students? So how are you going to be different from the guidance department?
What's most important when you first came to the school, you saw the guidance counselor talking about the type of scholarships and some in a general perspective. Some students may not understand, some students may be a bit confused because it's their first time and they don't really understand what's going on. What I say is a more one-on-one perspective. So the academic advisors go for different classes to different classes to different people. So class by class thing. So they understand more, so they can get better accustomed to it, and so they can understand what's going to be put in place for them, what can be put in place for them. So whereas the guidance counselor is very good job in a more general approach, I think what I'm doing is more of a door to door, more class oriented thing. Any further questions?
Do you wish to cross rebut, Candice?
No, that's all.
All right, thank you. And Kia Marie, we're going to head right on to you now to ask your first question.
Okay, for Kijan, the hairstyle thing is still puzzling to me. So my question to you is, if we are worrying about hairstyle leniency, is it really that important? I mean, because to me, hairstyle or no hairstyle, it doesn't really make a difference with the academic performances.
I thank you for that. I thank you for that question. And whereas you may not see that it's not important, I have been speaking to people. I personally witnessed. I see in classes that we're in that when teachers are saying, "Oh, you can't wear that," and other students are saying, "Well, this student can wear this, that student can wear that." There is no balance. There is no real balance, and there's not really many things that being done about it. So it is important. So everybody can experience an equal way to equal enjoyment of hairstyle, which is a way to express yourself. So it is important because are you now saying that it's not important to have a way to express yourself? Is that what you're saying?
I am not saying that, but I am just saying to you, are we coming to school just to express ourselves in hairstyle form, or are we coming to school to learn? It is important as Black people to be able to wear certain hairstyles because I know what it's like to have to set my hair a certain way because I don't have what I should say Indian hair or coolie hair. I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying, should we just come to school to express our hairstyle, or is it really not as important as what we should be at school doing, which is learning?
I'm not saying that it's not saying that that is the be all and end all. I'm saying it's important and and if you express yourself, you're gonna feel more confident in school, which so like on a bad day, teacher tell you, oh, you can't wear that. You're just gonna feel a bit dejected and it's gonna deject from the way that you're gonna be involved in class. And if you're involved in class, you're gonna get better grades. If you get better grades, you're gonna feel more confident to study. If you study, you're gonna do well on your exam. So basically, there's a correlation, there's a direct correlation to it. So yeah, I do feel it's important and it does, and expressing yourself does help in the learning process. So yeah.
Kia Marie, do you wish to cross rebut?
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Ward, then we're going to head right on to you to ask your questions. You're muted, Mr. Ward.
Okay. First, I'm going to pitch my question to Kia Marie first. Um, are you, with your sole aim that we're hearing right now to encourage people, are you saying that the guidance council is not doing that? Because you're saying that you're having a bad day, you feel that you're not good enough. What is the guidance council there for? That's my question. If you're going to encourage people, what's the guidance counselor for then?
Let's be honest. The guidance counselor's role consists of that. But I mean, how many students are out there that can really say to themselves that, oh, I'm going to an adult or I'm going to the guidance counselor to discuss this personal issue? How many students out there are like that? Because I mean, based on my point of view or my perspective, what I've seen, majority of the time students are going through things they would rather not go to the guidance counselor because they don't feel that they can trust the school's guidance counselor. And for me, seeing that we are of the same age group, same stuff going through in our backgrounds or at home or any little personal issue, I feel it would be more comfortable for students to come to their president to discuss matters and seek help.
What you just said led me to ask two more questions. My first question is, do you think that you're going to be able to handle all? Hey, I'm saying you said they come to the president, all of the problems that the students have, you can deal with that. And my second question, are you discrediting the York Castle Guidance Counselor as due to, oh, I don't want to go to the guidance council. The guidance council, if you haven't seen, is filled daily. And so sometimes even a lot of six formers go in there too. A lot of six formers go to our guidance counselor. We've done a really good job. Are you now discrediting the guidance counselor because you claim to say that, oh, us in the same age group, we're not going to go to the guidance counselor? So those are my two next questions for you. Do you think you will handle all the problems your way, and are you discrediting our lovely guidance counselor?
Okay, so to answer the first question, I would like to express the word unity. Um, to be honest, if I am coming here and I'm saying that I am willing and I believe that everyone has a voice and everyone needs to be heard, I think that hearing everyone and listening to everyone, taking the time out of my day, seeing that it is my duty if I'm elected president to accommodate everyone's feelings and opinions, I think I would. And if we work together, it wouldn't seem as a lot of work because I mean, we're working together to get through problems together as one. And for your second question, I am not discrediting the guidance counselor. I am stating a general comment made in almost every school. Not every student is going to go up to the guidance counselor and fully put their trust in the guidance counselor or tell the guidance counselor everything. But if I say to my friend that I know or I feel as if she and I are the same age group or we go through the same problems, then I would feel more comfortable to talk to her than to go to the guidance counselor.
You're not you're not really answering that last question properly. You're saying that they're not gonna feel comfortable going to the guidance counselor. So what is the point? So are you saying that schools with the guidance counselor knowing full well that our students are just not going to go there because maybe they don't feel comfortable sharing their emotion? You're not really answering the question. So Madam Nina Dixon, who is our lovely guidance counselor, and we have another guidance counselor that's for the juniors. Are you saying that they're just not competent? So you're saying that your unity is going to be it's going to work more effectively than the guidance counselors.
Kishan, if I may ask you a question in order to answer your question. With everything that you go through as a teenager, seeing that teenagers are filled with emotions, seeing that it's a growing stage in their lives, do you go to the guidance counselor for everything that is happening in your life? Or do you say to your friend or do you say to a trusted person in your age group what is going on? Or do you ask them? Or is it that everything that happens, you go to your guidance counselor?
Um, in school, I have you know that I've gone through my fair share of difficult times, and I went to my guidance counselor, and we've talked about it. We sat down, we had good discussions, and we got through. I can't believe it. I went to guidance counselor. Yes, I've talked to my friends about it, but sometimes, what if you're not comfortable talking to your friends about it? Because maybe they won't be the best source of comfort. Maybe going to the guidance counselor is the best bet. So my next question to go back at you now is that what are you going to do different from the guidance counselor? You're going to give the same type of advice. What's different from the guidance counselor?
Okay, and before I answer that question, I would like to say something. You are saying that you may not feel comfortable with your friend. It's kind of the same ways. It's kind of the same way. If flipped around, because as I was saying, not everyone is comfortable with their guidance counselor. I'm not talking about one guidance counselor in particular. I'm talking about experiences, things that I have seen coming from past schools, experiences, and also just overlooking on the sidelines from experiences that many people I know have been through. So just like how you are saying, you may not feel comfortable with your friends and you're more comfortable with your guidance counselor, another person might feel more comfortable trusting in someone their age group, rather than going to their guidance counselor. And for your other question, what am I going to change, or what different am I going to bring? Was that the question?
Now, I said, what are you going to do different from the guidance counselor?
Well, Kijan, I mean, seeing that personally, I have been through a lot of things, even though I am not even as big, but I have had my fair share of problems. And a lot of times, my friends, my colleagues, they speak of me as being someone who is reliable and someone who gives good advice and I can be trusted. So I know for a fact that with me, I'm not just going to give advice and say, I think you should do this or I think you should do that, but I am also going to assist and help and try my best to ensure that that person is okay with whatever problem they come to me to talk about, and it will also be confidential. So hopefully you will get to see me put that into action.
Thank you. And thank you, Kia Murray and Kishan. Heading right back to you, Candice. We're coming back to you, Kishan. Just reminding our candidates that you really have 1 to 5 questions to ask each other. Candice, go ahead.
Okay. Um, Honestly, I don't think I have any more questions to wait. Kia, you said that you think students would prefer to go to the guidance council instead of prefer to go to a person of their age group instead of the guidance counselor. However, sometimes how do you how basically how do you think pardon, sorry. My question is what makes you different from the guidance counselor? Because they don't know you as well and they don't know the guidance counselor. So what exactly are you going to do different to be approachable and um more efficient than the guidance counselor?
Thank you for that question, Candice. Building a form of trust between the student population and myself is one of my many aims to accomplish that. I know that the guidance counselor does a very good job. I mean, how else would she get her job? I'm sure she's very reliable. I'm sure that a lot of persons trust her, and even Kijan says he trusts her. So I'm pretty sure she's very good. But I mean, how many of us as students? I mean, I've had my bad days at school, and I have considered going to the guidance counselor. And from my past school, I love my guidance counselor. I have had conversations with her, classes with her. I'm a very good student. We have built a relationship. But there are certain things where I would rather say to someone who I know or I've seen or go through something like me rather than to go to an adult and just say whatever and sometimes don't even get the answer I'm looking for.
Thank you, Kia Murray. Candice, do you wish to cross rebut?
Um, I don't think you answered the question as much as I'd want you to, but fair enough.
All right, thank you. And Kia Murray, your question.
I don't have any more questions for neither of them.
All right, thank you, Kia Marie. Fair enough. Kishan?
Right. I'm I'm not done with Miss Brown Kiamore, but I am going to start questioning Miss Here. Madam Here, how are you?
I'm fine.
All right. So glad that you're fine. So I'm ready now. So with your plan fusion, I do think it's a good idea. But my question is, are you saying that there is a problem with the York Castle culture as it is and there should be a complete reform? Do you think students at York Castle High are and are discriminating against new coming students? Because I believe what I've seen throughout this, that the candidates believe that there is a segregation, which is not true. We are open to all students. I believe, I remember that the last president, Paul Jones, was a newcomer, so we are not segregated. So my question is to you, do you think that York students from grade 7 who have not come in and stayed with the sixth form program have a problem or are uncomfortable with the newcomers in sixth form?
Okay, thank you for that question, Mr. Ward. Well, Mr. Ward, if you were listening earlier, I specifically stated that that was not the case. In fact, this has nothing to do with your CASA students. It has to do with the students coming in who want to feel comfortable. Not saying that the students don't allow them to feel comfortable, but it is basically a committee where they can, bring past experiences here and to share with the York Castle student. In fact, it will help with segregation as well because it can open an argument for um, different clubs that can be made or other associations that can be made from it. Also, you stated that I'm saying the York Castle students are not open to other students. That's not the case at all because I've been here for a couple months and I am well comfortable. But I'm just talking about the students that are, iffy about the whole situation.
My cross rebuttal is that I'm not saying that you are, but you're kind of plucking words out of my mouth that I didn't really say. I never said anything about the York Castle. I'm saying that I believe that you're making it seem like the York Castle students are making them feel uncomfortable. But what I want to add to that now is that with your plan fusion now, are you saying that with your only 3 months that there is a problem with the York Castle culture and which is why you need to see a change, which is why you need to see new ideas coming through other schools? Are you saying that we should have a problem? And how should the out and out York Castle students feel about it?
Okay, there's nothing wrong with the culture. In fact, I'm just adding to the greatness of the culture. It's nothing, I'm not changing anything, I'm just adding to the greatness. And your castle students, um, if they are willing to allow students from other schools to feel comfortable, they won't have a problem with the plan, honestly.
All right, and my next final rebuttal. You stated earlier before with one of my things on my manifesto that that's not top priority. How is putting a culture any different? Because how I stated with my leniency is that it helps them to express themselves, which better helps them with the learning process. What do you do? How does your plan fusion benefit us in a way that is prioritized right now, such as in K? How does that do that?
Well, as I stated before, it accommodates the comfort of students. And if you're comfortable uh, if you're comfortable, you'll do greater. So it will allow for students to, speak up and be more open here at the York Castle High School, and also give students a chance to basically share what they have done in previous schools with the York Castle students and that will build a relationship.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Kishan. Any further questions?
All right. I do. So I can understand where the foreign students feel comfortable with this, and yes, they do well. So what if the York Castle students themselves, they don't feel comfortable with this. They don't feel comfortable with you just bringing in new ideas, making them feel ostracized, making them feel that they are a problem, making them uncomfortable, therefore making the York Castle side of the students less comfortable, making them not do so well as all. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so the plan is still a work in progress and it has to be assessed by administrative staff. But I'm optimistic that it will work. I doubt anybody will have a problem. If they do have a problem, um, they can truly just choose not to participate, honestly.
We're still at you. Any questions for our absent candidate, Amanda Slew?
I do have a question. I'm so glad that you gave me the opportunity to ask it. Um, First and foremost, my first question to you is, where are you? Why are you not here? Why are you not here to defend yourself? Um why are you not here to speak to your people that you advocated so much for? Why are you not here to, stand up for yourself? Why are you not here to make people know that you're the one to be voted for? Do you think that you're too big for the other candidates? Do you think that our time, our presence is not good enough for you? Do you feel that we are inadequate to your beliefs? That you should just take the time off? That it's your time. Your time. You don't need to speak to anybody. My next question, which your manifesto now? You're 4 and 4. Are you Mother Teresa? Because that's the only way I see that lunch program is going to get solved. How do you plan to do that? And especially, you've done yourself even worse. You've given yourself only 4 months to solve that one. How do you think that you're going to pull that one off?
Very well, very well. Thank you, Mr. Warden. Thank you, candidates. This is the presidential debates SFA 2022. We have heard from Kishan Ward, Candice here, and Kia Murray Brown. Right now, we're going to head to break, and when we come back, we'll be hearing our final or closing remarks from our candidates.
Driven, self-motivated, patient, and calm. These are some of the attributes needed to become a good president. Good day, fellow Yorkies. I am Candice here, and I'm vying for the position of president for the SFA. I am the change you need, and I'm the voice you deserve. On January 11th, vote Candice here for president.
Step up and wave your flag. Come step up and wave. Come on, put your hands together. Come to sound the trumpet. Are you?
Welcome back to the B broadcast, brought to you by the B Broadcasting Commission, sponsored by the York Castle High School's Students' Council. It's a final segment of this very long, very heated, very interesting 2022 presidential SFA debate against empowerment, against vision, and against change. We have heard a lot from Kia Marie Brown, Candice Hare, and Tishawn Ward. And so at this time, I'm going to just allow them, to share and give their final remarks. We're going to begin with you, Candice.
Okay. So I'm new to the leadership position. I'm also nervous. However, I'm willing to work with the people and to show I care. And why I'm here, because Candice here cares. I also offer new perspective, and if you put your trust in me, I will ensure that I represent you well, and offer I will do my best to improve and to add growth to the sixth form program. Vote Candice here for president.
Thank you, Candice. Kia Moray.
Okay, so for me, those who have been here from grade 7 might appeal to you guys that they can best represent your castle. And I mean, yes, they have been here longer than I have, and I will give that to them because I am new here. But that goes to show that I know what it's like to be the new girl, and I know what it's like to shelter yourself from the outside world. So with new vision and new direction, when I put on the yellow and the black and I go to school, I put on your shoes, I walk in your shoes, and I feel it's best if I represent you. Because to me, you are all unique and you all have a voice, and you should let me be your president and let us take on this journey together, heading towards success.
Very well. Thank you, Kia Moray. Kishan.
Hypocrisy is what people are tired of seeing in politicians. In recent student council elections, Amanda was the strongest voice of critics. But now it's her time to be criticized by people, and she's backing away. As Candy said, you're too big, too high. Do you have it all in the bag? Or are you too busy to meet with the people that matter? Fellow Yorkists, it would be an embarrassment to vote for Amanda on January 11th, when Amanda and Snow Crew couldn't even turn up tonight and vote for you. Sending out WhatsApp messages after tonight's debate, respond to concerns and questions, won't cut it. Posting on your status, which doesn't cover the entire sixth form, won't cut it. And of course, blaming the B for the continued bad press won't cut it. What cuts it is meeting your people halfway, daring to answer the challenging questions, and I'm willing to show the people that I care. Tishawn Ward, the warden of people, keeping the comfort safe, keeping their academics safe, their democracy safe. Unlike Amanda, I am here. Unlike Queer, I am not clueless. And unlike Candice, I am confident. Let us vote ward and ward of negativity and embrace positivity. I thank you very much.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have heard from 3 of our 4 candidates vying for the position of presidency in the SFA elections. Now the vote is in your hands to make the right choice at the polls on Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. Thank you, candidates, for joining us today at the B broadcast, as we wish you all the very best during your campaign and, of course, in the SFA elections. This was the B broadcast, brought to you by the B Broadcasting Commission, sponsored by the York Castle High School's Students' Council. Until next time, have a good evening.